Hello friends, myself Anjali Shinde, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, SVKT College, Devali Camp, Nasik. In our Business Mathematics and Statistics, we are going to start with first chapter, that is interest and annuity. Before going to this chapter, we have started with introductory concepts, that is HCF, highest common factor and least common multiple, that is LCM. Then we have studied what are fractions, then ratio, percentage and many more basic concepts. Today we are going to start with interest, then simple interest and compound interest. What are the learning objectives? Today's learning objectives are to introduce the concept of interest, to understand the concept of simple and compound interest, and to solve examples on simple and compound interest. Now, what is interest? When a person borrows some amount of money from other person or institution, the borrower has to pay some charge to the lender for the use of money, and this charge is called interest. Nowadays, in practice, we always find that we are borrowing money from a company or institution for buying flat, or if you want to purchase car, etc. So, we all know the concept of interest. The interest depends on three things. The first one, the sum borrowed, then the period for which the money is borrowed and the rate of interest. Now, see some definitions. What is principal? The sum borrowed is called principal and we are going to denote it by capital P. Term, it is the time for which the sum is borrowed. Amount, denoted by A, it is the total sum returned by the borrower, that is principal together with interest is called amount. So, amount is always equal to P plus I is interest. Now, there are two main interest, either it is simple or compound. What is simple interest? We will start with firstly simple interest. When the interest is calculated on the original principal, whatever may be the term, it is called as simple interest. So, what is the formula for simple interest? If P is the principal, N denotes term in year, R denotes the rate of interest expressed as percent per annum, I denotes simple interest and A denotes amount which is principal plus interest, then I is always equal to P into R into N divided by 100 and the amount A is given by principal plus interest. If you put the formula for interest, it becomes P plus PRN by 100. Take P common from both the terms. So, in bracket 1 plus Rn by 100. So, the amount can be calculated by the formula A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus Rn by 100. Remember that R is always percent per annum and N, that is term, should be in years. That is main important thing. Now, see the examples on this. The first example, find the simple interest on rupees 1250 for 2.5 years at 12% per annum. So, what is principal here? It is 1250 rupees, that is principal. N, that is term, that is number of years, it is 2.5 years, that is nothing but 5 by 2, and R, that is rate, it is 12% per annum. The formula for simple interest is I is equal to P into R into N upon 100. So substitute the values. P is 1250, R is 5 by 2, N is 12. So it is, if you do the calculations, the I comes to be 375, and therefore the simple interest is 375 rupees. See the next example. Find the simple interest on rupees 1000 at 6% per annum for 5 months. Now see in this example, N, that is term, is given in months, but we know that N should be in years. So firstly, convert months in years. 1 year is equal to 12 months, and therefore N, which is 5 months, become 5 by 12 years. Here principal is 1000 rupees and rate of interest is 6% per annum. The formula for simple interest is I is equal to P into R into N upon 100. Substitute the values. P is 1000, R is 5 by 12, R is 6, N is 5 by 12 divided by 100. After calculations, the value of I comes to be 25 rupees. So, the simple interest is rupees 25. What will be the interest on rupees 12,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum, and how much amount will the borrower repay in all? So, see in this example, amount is asked. Firstly, we have to find what is the interest. Principal is given to be 12,000. Number of terms, that is N, is given to be 2 years, and rate is given to be 10% per annum. The formula for simple interest is P into R into N divided by 100. So 12,000 into 2 into 10 divided by 100. After calculation, it comes to be 2,400, and therefore the simple interest is rupees 2,400. But amount is asked. What is the formula for amount? A is equal to P plus I. P comes to be 12,000 plus I is 2,400. So the total amount becomes 14,400 rupees. So see, the principal is 12,000, the amount to be repaid is nothing but 14,400 rupees. Now see the next example. A sum of rupees 4,800 amounted to rupees 6,240 in a certain period. If the rate of simple interest is 12% per annum, find the period. See, we know the formula for amount. We use that formula to find, because amount is given here. So, we will use that formula. Here P is given to be 4,800 rupees. Amount A is given to be 6,240 rupees, and rate R is given to be 12% per annum. We want to find period, that is we want to find the value of N. Now what is formula for A? A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus Rn upon 100, because actual formula for A is P plus I. We substitute the value of I, that is PRN by 100, and taking P common, we get the simple formula, that is A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus Rn by 100. Now substitute the given values. A is given to be 6,240 and P is given to be 4,800. So we have 6,240 is equal to 4,800 into bracket 1 plus 12n upon 100. Now on RHS, the amount is 4,800. So, divide by it, and therefore 6,240 divided by 4,800 is equal to 1 plus 12n upon 100. After calculation, we get 1.3 is equal to 1 plus 12n upon 100. So, by simplifying, 1.3 minus 1 is 12n upon 100, that is 0.3 is equal to 12n upon 100. Since we want to find n comes to be 0.3 into 100 by 12 by cross multiplying, and after calculations we will get this value to be 2.5. Hence, the period is 2.5 years. Now, see the next example. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. Find the rate of simple interest. Now, it is not given how much principal is there, but it is given that sum doubles itself. So, we assume that P is the principal. As it doubles itself, therefore, amount becomes 2 times principal, that is 2P, and it doubles in 10 years means term is given, that is the value of n comes to be 10. We want to find the rate of interest, that is we want to find R. So, use our formula A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus Rn by 100. This implies that 2P is equal to P into bracket 1 plus 10 into R upon 100. Cancel P on both sides, we get 2 is equal to 1 plus 10R upon 100. Simplifying, we get 2 minus 1 is equal to 10R upon 100, that is 1 is equal to 10R upon 100. So, cross multiply, we get the value of R, we get 10R is equal to 100, that is R is equal to 10, and therefore, the rate of interest is 10% per annum. Now, see the next example. What sum will amount to rupees 3,296 in 4 months at 9% per annum simple interest? So, sum is we want to find. We have given amount is A, that is 3,296, R, that is rate of interest, it is given to be 9% per annum, and N, that is term, it is given to be 4 months. Because we want N in years, we will convert this month in year, that is you have to divide by 12, as 1 year is equal to 12 months, and therefore N comes to be 4 by 12, that is 1 by 3. Now, use our usual formula. A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus Rn by 100. Therefore, 3,296 is equal to P into bracket 1 plus 9 into 1 by 3 upon 100. Simplifying, we get 3,296 is equal to P into bracket 1 plus 3 by 100, or 3,296 is equal to P into bracket 103 upon 100. We want to find P, so cross multiplying we get 3,296 into 100 upon 103, that after simplification we get P is equal to 3,200, and therefore the principal is 3,200 rupees. So, up till now we have seen what is simple interest. There are two main formulas for that, that is principal P if R is rate of interest and N is number of years. We have I is equal to PRN upon 100. Now we will see the next, that is compound interest. What is meant by compound interest? When the interest is added to the principal at the end of each periodic interval, the amount so obtained is taken as the principal for next period, and the interest obtained on this amount is known as compound interest. So, compound interest is calculated by using the formula for amount at the end of period given by A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to n. Then what is compound interest? It is always equal to amount minus principal, that is A minus P. Put the value of A, that is P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to n minus P. P take common into bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to n minus 1. So, this is standard formula for compound interest, where A denotes the amount at the end of n intervals including principal and interest, that is A is always P plus I. P is principal, R is rate of interest per interval, and n is number of intervals in the total period. If you want to find compound interest in nth year, then it will be obtained by the formula In is equal to An minus An minus 1, that is difference in amount for nth year and amount in n minus 1th year. Now, substitute the formula for An and An minus 1, we get In is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to n minus P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to n minus 1. Take P common, also 1 plus R by 100 raised to n minus 1 common from both the terms, remains 1 plus R by 100 minus 1. 1 gets cancelled in bracket and there remains only R by 100. So, simplification gives the answer to be PR by 100 into 1 plus R by 100 raised to n minus 1, where In denotes the compound interest for nth year, An denotes the amount at the end of nth year, and An minus 1 denotes the amount at the end of n minus 1th year. Now, see the examples on this. Find the compound interest on rupees 5,000 at 4% per annum for 5 years. So, we want to find the compound interest. P is given to be 5,000, R, that is rate of interest, it is given to be 4%, and N is given to be 5 years. The formula for compound interest is P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to N minus 1. Substitute the known values. P is 1000, 5000 into bracket 1 plus 4 by 100 raised to N is nothing but 5 minus 1. Bracket after simplification, 4 by 100, that is 0.04. 1 plus 0.04 comes to be 1.04. Bracket raised to 5, the value comes to be 1.2166, and after simplification and doing the multiplication, 5000 into 0.2166, it comes to be 1083, and therefore, the compound interest comes to be 1083 rupees. Now, see the next example. What sum will amount to rupees 4,000 in 3 years at 6% per annum compound interest? So, the amount is given to be 4,000, rate of interest is given to be 6, and n, that is term, is given to be 3 years, and we want to find what is the principal, what will be the sum, that is principal. Use the formula A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to n. Put the values. A is given to be 4000. So, 4000 is equal to P into bracket 1 plus 6 by 100 raised to 3. Now, 6 by 100 is 0.06. 1 plus 0.06, it is 1.06. So, we get the simplified step 4000 is equal to P into bracket 1.06 bracket cube. As we want to find P, we have P is equal to 4000 upon 1.06 bracket cube. It is nothing but 4000 upon 1.1910, that is nothing but 3358, and therefore the principal, that is the sum, comes to be rupees 3358. In 3 years, this principal, that is 3358, at the rate of 6% per annum gives us rupees 4000 as amount. Now see the next example. How long will a sum of money take to double itself at 3% per annum compound interest? Now observe that sum is not given. It is given that the sum of money doubles itself. So let us assume that the sum is rupees P, and therefore because the amount gets double of that, amount A comes to be 2P. Now use the formula A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to n. Therefore, 2P is equal to P into bracket 1 plus 5 by 100 bracket raised to n. On both sides, P gets cancelled. Therefore, 2 is equal to, simplified bracket is 1.05 bracket raised to n. Because we want to find the value of n, we have to take log on both sides. Hence, log 2 is equal to log of 1.05 bracket raised to n. Using the rules of indices, we get log 2 is equal to n log of 1.05, and therefore n comes to be log 2 upon log of 1.05. From logarithmic table, the value of log 2 is 0.3010 and log of 1.05 is 0.0212. So, after simplification, n comes to be 14.198, that is approximately equal to 14.2 years, and therefore n, that is term, it comes to be 14.2 years. See the next example. Find the interest on rupees 5000 for 3 years at 8% per annum compounded half yearly. Now see, up till now we have seen examples where it is compounded yearly. Now in this example, the compound interest is for half year, and therefore P given here is 3000 rupees, N is 3 years, but because it is compounded half yearly, we have N is equal to 3 into 2, that is 6, and therefore N comes to be 6. R is given to be 8% per annum. As the interest is compounded half yearly, we have to divide R by 2. So, it is 8 by 2, that is 4% for 6 months, because it is percent per annum 8%. So, for 6 months it becomes half of that, that is 4% for 6 months. So, whenever it is compounded half yearly, the number of terms is nothing but number of years into 2, and the rate is nothing but rate percent per annum divided by 2. Hence, here n becomes 6 and r becomes 4. Now, use our usual formula. A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus r by 100 bracket raised to n, that is 3000 into bracket 1 plus 4 by 100 bracket raised to 6. 4 by 100 comes to be 0.04 and 1 plus 0.04, that is 1 by 1.04 bracket raised to 6 comes to be 1.2653. When we multiply it by 3000, we get the answer to be 6326.5. This is amount. If you want to find the compound interest, it is always equal to amount minus principal. Amount comes to be 6326.5 minus the principal is given to be 5000. So, the total compound interest comes to be 1326.5. See the next example. At what rate of compound interest the sum of money which triples itself in 8 years if the rate of interest is compounded yearly? So, we want money should be triple. So, we assume that the sum is P. Now, amount A is equal to 3P. N is given to be 8 years, that is number of terms. Therefore, A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to N. Put the values, we have 3P is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to 8. Because it is compounded yearly and n is given to be 8. Therefore, cancelling P on both sides, we get 3 is equal to 1 plus R by 100 raised to 8. Because we want to find R, we take both sides raised to 1 by 8. So, we get 3 raised to 1 by 8 is equal to 1 plus R by 100. 3 raised to 1 by 8, the value comes to be 1.148. So, 1 plus R by 100 comes to be 1.148. Simplify it, R by 100 comes to be 1.148 minus 1, that is 0.148. Because it is the value of R by 100, R comes to be 0.148 into 100, that is 14.8%, and therefore, the rate of interest comes to be 14.8%. Now, see the next example. Find the amount at the end of 5 years of a sum of rupees 2000 at 8% per annum compounded quarterly. Now, see, in the previous example, we have seen compounded half yearly, and when it is compounded half yearly and if n is given to be in terms of years, we have to multiply by 2. If it is compounded quarterly, we have to multiply it by 4. So, here P is given to be 2000, R is given to be 8% per annum, because it is 8% per annum and if it is compounded quarterly, so we have to divide by 4. So, 8 by 4, that is 2, and therefore, R comes to be 2% per quarter. Similarly, here n is given to be 5 years, but because it is compounded quarterly, n comes to be 5 into 4, that is 20. So, here P is 2000, R is 2% per quarter and n is 20 intervals. Now, use the formula A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to n. Put the values. So, A is equal to 2000 into bracket 1 plus 2 by 100 bracket raised to 20. Do the calculations. Bracket comes to be 1.02, bracket raised to 20. 1.02 bracket raised to 20 comes to be 1.4859, and now multiplied by 2000. So, amount comes to be 2,971 rupees. Therefore, in this case the amount is 2,971 rupees. So, today we have seen interest, simple interest and compound interest. When the interest is calculated on the principal, original principal, whatever may be the term, then it is known as simple interest. Whereas, when the interest is added to the principal at the end of each periodic interval, the amount so obtained is taken as the principal for the next period, and such interest so obtained is called as compound interest. The main thing is that compound interest is always more than simple interest for same sum and same period. Compound interest is always more than simple interest. In the next lecture, we will see nominal and effective rate of interest and what is EMI, that is equated monthly installment. Thank you.